Hello and welcome to Set for Smash Moveset Concept, and today is our second character of Fighter Pass 4, and the Pokemon I've chosen is Iron Valiant. Iron Valiant is known as the Paradox Pokémon, a Pokemon that comes from another timeline, and clearly a merger between the two Pokemon, Gardevoir and Gallade. I did want to include a Paradox Pokemon that represented the future, as I can already think of a good idea for a Paradox Pokemon from Pokemon Scarlet. Not to mention, Iron Valiant you can consider the pseudo-legendary of the Paradox world. Not to mention, there aren't really that many alternate Pokemon that are in Smash Bros. Ever since the creation of regional variants, we hardly get to see any represented as fighters in Smash Bros. So, let's put Iron Valiant's skill as the Iron Warrior up for Super Smash Bros. Beginning with the details, Iron Valiant is a surprisingly tall character, with heights equal to, if not slightly higher, than Rosalina. Stat-wise, the fact that it's made of pure metal definitely makes it a heavyweight fighter, having above average speed and high attack. Not to mention his knockback and jumping ability is also above average. The only real weakness Iron Valiant has is actually having low defense, as well as having no other types of movement options. When entering a stage, Iron Valiant will appeal from a time hole from a Master Ball and then be summoned to battle. For his taunts, Iron Valiant will take a stance similar to the Pokemon Gallade, while its second taunt will actually have its eyes change color as it's analyzing the arena, referencing how most robots in law media tend to usually scan areas, one of the best examples being the Terminator. For Iron Valiant's third taunt, it'll actually have a pink smoke appear from under him, referencing the move Misty Terrain, but it'll immediately disappear after. For its color palettes, its first will automatically be its default design, Palette 2 will actually make it into its shiny variant where it's pure steel, Palette 3 will give it a red color design, similar to other Paradox Pokemon like Iron Bundle and Iron Tusk, Palette 4 will give it a yellow color palette inspired by Iron Hand. Palette 5 will actually give it a brighter variant of its color, referencing of course the Pokemon Gardevoir and Gallade. Palette 6 will actually give it a brighter green color texture, referencing Iron Thorn. Palette 7 will actually give it a purple blackish color, referencing Iron Jugulis. And for its final color palette, it'll actually have fully black armor. This is actually a reference to the shiny variants of Mega Gardevoir and Mega Gallade. For its victory animations, Iron Valiant will spin its spear all around and then do a pose similar to its art. For victory animation number 2, it'll actually do a pose similar to the Pokemon Gardevoir. And for its final victory animation, it'll do a battle pose similar to Mega Gallade. Moving on to its standard attacks, Iron Valiant will actually have a one-handed slash, and then slash with the other hand, and then the blades will transform into a spear, and then he'll do a spinning animation. For Iron Valiant's dash attack, Iron Valiant will thrust its spear forward, with the tip of the spear having high damage. For Iron Valiant's side tilt, he'll actually chop his hand downward, while the blade will actually slice downwards like a scythe. For its up tilt, he'll swing its head upward. For the down tilt, it'll do a hand slash. For the side smash, Iron Valiant will do a spear thrust, and depending on how you hold the angle, it'll actually thrust in that direction. For Iron Valiant's up smash, it'll be a two-sided slash that goes from up to down, and for the down smash, it'll do an X slash. For its standard aerial, it'll be an animation similar to Pit's. For the forward aerial, it'll be an arm blade slash, the back aerial will be a backward spear thrust, the up aerial will be exactly similar to Pit's, and for its down aerial, he'll thrust downwards with his spear. Anyone who gets caught will be sent into a downward fall. For its grabs, Iron Valiant will pick up its foes with one hand, and for its pummel, will stab them with a blade hand. Iron Valiant's forward throw will have its enemies be thrown down and then stabbed. The back throw will have Iron Valiant smack its foes behind him. The up throw has it tossing foes upwards using its spear, and for the down throw, it stabs its foes to the ground. For the special attacks, Iron Valiant's standard special is the psychic move, Psycho Cut. When activating this move, Iron Valiant will swing one of its blades from its hand out of its body in front of him and shoot right back at him, working similarly to Cloud's standard special. But you can only use it one at a time, as Iron Valiant only has 2 blades. For the Kirby hat, Iron Valiant will actually have the headpiece while having robot eyes. For Iron Valiant's side special, it's the fairy type move, Spirit Break. Iron Valiant will do a powerful spear thrust. If in contact with anything at the tip of the spear, there will be an explosion. Sort of like a quicker version of Charizard's side special without any recoil damage. But if you use this attack in the air, Iron Valiant will go in a downward diagonal. For Iron Valiant's up special, it's the bug type move, Fury Cutter. By pressing and holding up B, Iron Valiant will do a charge. Once when it's fully charged, Iron Valiant will swing its sphere like a helicopter and propel himself upward. Not really a reference to any movesets in Smash Bros., but actually more of a moveset inspired by Bandana Waddle Dee from the Kirby series. However, it'll only leave him upwards for a short amount of time, and then he'll go into free fall. And finally, for his down special, it'll be the move Quick Guard, which is a fast deflector ability, having it look somewhat similar to Mii Gunner's, but working more like Fox's down B. For Iron Valiant's final smash, I think it made sense that I use a Pokemon from the future have a futuristic move. So its final smash is Future Sight. Working similarly between a cross of Link and Greninja's final smash, Iron Valiant will lock on to the closest enemy in front of him. If anyone gets caught, a barrage of silhouettes of Iron Valiant from the future starts striking repetitively, hitting the foes until the final blow has been struck by the real thing. And if you wanted to add a little more Scarlet and Violet love to it, when using the final smash, it could terrestrialize into a Psychic type, adding more power to Future Sight as it is a Psychic type move. And with that, we have set for Smash Iron Valiant. Though it does like to get close into battle, it doesn't like to get up close in battle. Iron Valiant is a character that needs to be at perfect reach in order to get its damage dealt. Not to mention the tip of the spear has the best kill option. So, like Iron Valiant itself, you have to analyze the perfect situation as the Iron Warrior. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this moveset concept, be sure to like and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. And if you want to make sure to help with the growth of the channel, make sure to check out some of my other content I make on this channel. And if you want some cool behind the scenes content, you can also support me on Ko-fi for as low as $1. And tune in next time for the next moveset concept.